Good banter. That's some good banter. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 27. Oh, fuck no. 27 of Good Banter. Wow, what a start. We are off and right. What's happened?
Oh, mate, it is. We're flying on episode 7 of Good Banter, mate.
Episode 27.
27, mate. And,
Favourite ever 27?
Oh, mate, I think 27.
Craig Starcevich.
Craig Starcevich.
Ah, there's a
mullet. Is he coaching the Brisbane Lions AFLW?
I don't know. I know he was runner for a while.
Yep.
He got knocked out in the 1990 grand final.
Well, I think a
Different
lot of
times
people got knocked out. Gavin Brown got knocked out.
Yeah, different times.
Did he still play the game?
Yeah,
or?
They let him back out, and he kicked an inspirational goal.
How many fingers am I holding up? 35.
Yeah,
you're good
enough.
to go, mate.
Good to go,
you're
Rowdy.
good to go.
So, different times. Different times.
No
But,
concussion test back then. Actually, did you get a knock? Episode 7? Have you had a concussion test today? You were
no, I haven't had
a bit off early.
But I did play my second game, so
Is this a big Anzac Day clash, Timmy
Anzac
Sarge?
Day, yeah. So those listeners will know I'm making a bit of a comeback this year at the ripe old age of 43. And
what better way?
What's that?
Sorry, I was just trying to add something there and I gave you nothing, to be honest.
Right.
I just
so I played round 1 and I had the week off and now played round 2, which was the Anzac Day, and had last week off. So I'm just playing the home games at the moment, which is
we had discussed that, and
Yeah.
I think it's I know as a club legend you maybe earned the right, but a little bit of that's a bit wanky in my eyes.
And not training a great deal either, which probably isn't great. But I'm training tomorrow night. But yeah, it was an interesting day, the round 2, because I've never really played for a really dominant club. I've never won a flag. I've only ever won one final. So either the side's been
Shit.
and getting flogged, so you're busting your gut to play. Because I used to hate getting humiliated, so I used to bust your gut when you were getting beaten. Or the game's on the line, so you're busting your gut to win the game. And I reckon I've probably only ever played in. It'd only be 15 to 20% of the games I've ever played in have been blowouts in our favour. Plenty of fucking blowouts the other way, that's for sure. But in our favour, and it's funny. I don't think I react to it very well. I almost feel a bit sorry for the other guys because I've been there so many. I definitely don't have that killer instinct.
Yeah, well, you do get to a point if you're up by so much, where especially if a ball will bounce on the wing and it's your player and their player, and you go, mate, we're going to win this.
Yeah, our guy will probably get it.
Get it.
Yeah, no point busting my gut to get it.
And that's, I reckon, that's how blowouts happen, I reckon, because people will back themselves, blokes back themselves to win, and then the bloke does win, so they run forward.
That's a good point.
You reckon?
That's a good point. Yeah.
You reckon that's the mindset?
You're saying you're playing how you probably should play a bit like that more often.
Well, maybe.
And that's maybe how blowouts happen the other way.
Maybe that's how blowouts. It's all about the blowout.
It's all
about the blowout.
Going on that theory, how's there ever a close game if they're...
Well, you're right, yeah.
Yeah, so
it's the
anyway,
mindset,
so we did a fucking job on these poor bastards. They're a bit of a struggling club. They're definitely doing the Friday night phone calls for the Rezzies. And what made it even worse was our... so it was Murrumbeena, and it's normally a bit of a rivalry.
I think I did their Anzac Day gig a couple of years ago. The Murrumbeena. It was
out
of Murrumbeena.
Yeah, down at the Beena Arena.
So
this
you were
was
playing
that
day.
Yeah,
you were
in
playing
the
that
twos
day
as well. So this, so they weren't great, but they were good blokes. You could just tell they were sort of good blokes, which also makes it harder to.
Do you reckon that's something as you're older? You mentioned in the practice game you're chatting to someone. Is that something older? Is that killer instinct sort of just
without
gone?
I still think I'm very competitive, but as far as having a hatred for the opposition, unless someone's acting like a cock, I think I've probably got less of a tolerance for cockheads. But I think you do that as you get older. What do they say? Yes, you don't suffer fools more as you. Is that a saying?
You haven't really spat it out yet. So what do you reckon the saying is? You run us through.
No, I said you don't suffer fools.
Oh, you don't suffer fools. Oh,
is that what you say? You don't suffer
I don't know.
fools?
Oh, I have heard that.
Yeah.
Is that what it means, Big D?
Big D, get onto that one for us. But I think as you get older, I don't tolerate just wankers as much as I used to. But you also, I find trouble getting a hatred for opposition that I don't really have a reason to hate.
Well, you get to a point, especially if you're not training. I mean, you can't really. I mean, you're not there busting your balls at training. You're not in that psyche of we hate these boys.
Yeah,
we hate it. You just rock up on the day.
Oh, I'm training once a week, mate. Give me a fucking break. Right. I'm 43 for fuck's sake. The body couldn't handle the rigours of a full season. But so footy's going well. The Bears and the Twos are 2-2. The seniors are 2-2. So
2 and zip, 2 and 2.
2 and 2.
Okay, so you're good at home, shit away. Is that right?
So the seniors and the reserves haven't won on the same day yet. So it's a bit of zig and zag.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, they're winning. Are they? Oh, fuck, I know. But what round is it? 5 or 4?
I don't know.
I'm still on episode 7. Anyway, but footy, it's going all right. It's going all right.
That's good, mate.
I'm enjoying it. The body's holding up.
Great.
Which isn't too hard when you're not playing. And it's all right.
Well, fantastic, mate. Well, what we will do, because we've had a few people hit us up. We've had Big D hit us up. Fact-checking again.
He's good, isn't he?
He's very good. Now, in episode 25, we were talking, remember the Foster's Crown Lager debacle? The debate.
Oh, wasn't it?
It's not really a debacle. Here we go. And this, we wondered where Big D got his facts from.
Is Big D one of these guys that sits around at a party just fucking up banter by Googling shit?
He could be.
Because, Google... I still remember, and this is... we'll get back to that in 2 seconds.
Yeah,
I still remember we had a Christmas at Byron and a New Year's at Byron, and we had a heap of people in a house. It was great fun, sitting around drinking, and it was, I reckon, that one guy had the first... He was only one person had an iPhone. He was he was a graphic artist. He was a bit tech savvy. No, great bloke.
Okay, sorry.
Great bloke. But he had this... It's almost like he had this power that he was like the chosen one, and he could Google anything. He was
like,
any sort of...
What is it on Sale of the Century or something where they go, can we take that answer? Or Wheel of Fortune?
Yeah.
We're going to go upstairs.
Except no one was asking him. He was just fucking piping in.
He was storming the floor.
Yeah, great guy. But it was almost like... It was weird because any fucking debate is like, bloody Matthews is better than Carey, and he'd be like, well, actually, Carey.
Yeah, here are the stats.
And anything anyone talked about, he'd be like, well, did you know that
Google
it was and he took it on as a bit of a role, probably a bit too much in the end, but it was something else.
Yeah, well, the thing, because what I've found now is like my old man, like he's a sponge. He soaks up a lot of information.
Yep.
And you remember when you look up to your dad and he goes, he knows everything.
Yeah.
And he loved that when you're a kid because,
Yeah.
The thing is, he'd sort of he did know some stuff, but then he'd sort of throw out these little things, like, I don't know if that's true, Dad. He goes, yep, it is. And then we Google it and go, no, you fucked up there, Dad.
It's
that's not true.
Google's put an end to fucking guys like your dad.
That's exactly right.
Which is a good thing because they had it too good for too long.
They've had a good run for too long because you can just be confident. And like someone could say that, I've got brown hair or black hair. And if they're confident, I go, fuck, maybe he's right. Yeah. Maybe I'm not a redhead. Maybe I don't know why anyone say that, but yeah.
Yeah, no, that's it's a good point. So Google does have some positives, putting an end to smart asses like that, because you're right, a little bit of confidence and
you can just sell it, and then you all of a sudden you go, you start second guessing yourself, and and sometimes, other times you just didn't know shit, did you? If no one in the room was confident enough. You just didn't know.
No, sometimes it would just have to pat around. I remember there was one. This is one that could have ended. I remember it went for fucking days, or weeks. Remember when what was that movie where that guy? It was his name, and he cleaned the shit out of portable toilets. It was an Aussie. Kenny. Well, there was a guy, a mate of ours, adamant that Kenny was a doco, and he'd met Kenny at the fucking pub, and Kenny was a cracking bloke, and everyone's going, nut bullshit. And he managed to convince a few. And
he knew Kenny.
Kenny was a doco.
Shane Jacobson isn't a person.
And it was, and he, like this debate went on for He was a flatmate at the time. It went on for fucking weeks. And
But
nowadays,
surely there would have been Google back then, wouldn't there? Kenny, when did that come out? That must have been.
well, we weren't. Well, maybe just not on your phone. And we didn't have a computer at home because everyone was tradies.
Yeah,
and
it's, dial up.
yeah. And I remember the first. So it must have been around. I remember. This is a funny story about my very first email. So I got an email.
Yep.
This is back in Wodonga.
Well, you fucked up with an email before.
Oh,
we
you've
heard
been
about
through that. Yeah.
Boy.
This is my very first email. Was so we got the old dial-up put on at home, and it was just when I was living in Wodonga with my dad and a mate, and I had it for a while, but never got an email because no one knew I had it.
Yeah.
And my mate down in Melbourne, he goes, "I'll send you an email." I was like, "Oh yeah," and he sent an email, and so I'm on there with my dad, and we're trying to work it out. How do you get it? And I've got this email, and it's just so slow, and it's gone, and it was just this picture. And it was just slowly coming down. We're like, what is it?
Yeah.
And so
Was it a chick?
He's just sent me a picture, and it was this guy sucking off a horse, and as the thing got to the bottom, it turned into a video, and it was just it was the sickest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, and your
My dad's
dad's
just
like,
going, and we've just walked down.
I don't know about this internet shit.
And that was they've had a strange relationship with the internet ever since.
I got in trouble once because when I was still living it up, I must have been early 20s, but this was before, like all you had back then was pornos. And I saw on the weekend, I was with a few comics. Weekend Gone? I mean, this was years ago, but I saw, because I haven't seen pornos in a servo for ages.
Like magazines?
Yeah, magazines.
I think they're down our local. We saw.
Okay.
Yeah, they're down in the corner, down our local news agency.
Yeah,
It's still there.
geez, that was
Who's
just...
buying those?
I don't know. That's what we thought.
Sort of creep.
Yeah.
He's buying those. It'd have to be collected.
It's more of a nostalgia thing now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe a nostalgia wank. A bloke's having a nostalgia wank. Like,
Maybe,
remember the days? But I don't know. Now there's so much shit on,
Maybe
Pornhub and all that.
Maybe
but, like,
really old guys that don't have a phone.
Yeah. Or maybe the guys with the big text and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, they probably can't see. They're not wanking on their iPhone.
No.
No,
That's
but
a good
anyway,
question. I wonder what
years
sales
ago-
are like. They'd have to be down.
Well, definitely down.
Remember they used to have the little the black holes, the black
Oh,
dots?
they just cover the
nipples and the.
Yeah,
It was whenever there was penetration.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was covered by a
it
black dot.
weren't
You'd
you
have to try
shitty
and,
when you
try and pick the black dot off, and you'd always
snuck
rip it.
snuck into your mate's place, and his old
Bloody
man's got the
nightmare.
one with the black dot. You're like, this is shit. Boy.
Anyway.
But so I used to get on the old dial-up, and starved for. There was no porn on your phone. There was it was just magazines back then.
It's tough times.
So I used to just get on Yahoo or whatever, and I used to just type in hot nude chicks and stuff like this, and maybe I went a little bit crazier.
Yeah.
Anyway, one day.
How old?
Maybe 25. I was
Okay.
still living at home back then.
Okay.
Like a real loser.
On the family computer?
On
or
the
you-
family computer.
Okay.
I had no idea of what a history was.
Yeah.
I had no idea about cleaning your history up. So this thing just pops on the screen on the family laptop. No, not laptop. It was a big one of those big bastards.
Yeah.
Saying, warning, you have... It was like the FBI. It was like it felt like it was something from the FBI. They say
Burn the house down.
and it said, but it didn't just say, like I'd type in nude hot chicks or big boobs or something like that.
Yeah.
But this said like I was like typing in horrific stuff, and I'm thinking I fucking didn't type that in. I didn't type it in, and then they're going, if you want to wipe this all, you've got to pay whatever.
Oh, good scam.
An amount of money.
I reckon I would have paid up.
Well, what I did, I just rang a mate who I thought, because I know nothing about computers. I just rang a mate who I go, he'll
That's a
fucking
tough
know
call.
he'll know what's going on. I said, mate, I just told him, mate, I've been on the family laptop about the last 2 months, just typing in hot sluts or whatever.
Yeah.
Not that I was typing that in, respect women, whatever. But this thing's popped up. I go, what do I do? He's just pissed himself. He goes, oh, you fucking idiot. And he gave me a number of another bloke who was more IT at the footy club, Strongy, who was at East Ringwood then. And he said, yeah, mate, nah, you're all good. I'm sweating. I'm sweating. God. I'm red. Because I'm thinking mum and dad are going to be home in like half an hour. Because I tried to.
They're going to come home. The FBI is going to have you in cuffs.
Yeah, that's it. I turned I turned it off. I turned it back on. The first thing that pops up, I'm like, holy fuck, I am fucked here. I am fucked. And
I would have chucked the computer out. Just so you got robbed.
Oh, man. So he ended up talking me through it. Go in here, erase the history here. Yeah, it's just a scam, mate. You're getting scammed. So he ran me through it. I ended up, in the nick of time, I got it all off the screen. The laptop or the computer was all good.
Oh,
and
good story.
Jesus Christ, you just...
and the viruses, you always feared the viruses because they're not really a thing anymore, are they, viruses?
Well, sometimes they do pop up, but I just tend to click the cross button, and I don't know. Can you really infect a computer
Can you
now?
get a virus on a phone?
Yeah, I've seen that, but I'd never really done anything.
Ask,
by the sound
bloody
of this,
fact checker if you can get virus on a phone.
Big D, can you get viruses on a phone? Sometimes it says that you've been infected with a virus, but it's never seemed to do much on my phone.
No,
but that was a tough time. Imagine, the olds coming home, or your brother and sister getting on to do a high school project, and
you don't know that. But, back to
the sorry, we're all over the joint there. So here we go. This is about Crown Lager, because we were saying, is Crown Lager just Foster's, dressed up in a fancy bottle? And
that was what I was saying. You were saying it was the dregs.
Oh no! I think I heard that it was the top half,
okay.
And then once it turns to shit, then it's Foster's.
Yep.
So here we go. So this is Big D's followed after a few minutes of digging around the net.
Okay.
There we go. So it's not sure if I can give you an answer. Some say Crown and Foster's are the same, and some say it's not. But this is what it says. Crown Lager is a 4.9% premium Australian beer, originally made by Carlton United Breweries, a subsidiary of Foster's Group. The beer was first brewed in 1919 under its former name, Foster's Crown Lager. Do you think that gives away maybe that they're pulled in the wool?
That it's
over our eyes?
Original name was Foster's Crown Lager.
Yeah. Do you reckon that's a bit of a... Well, I'm not sure.
Well, I tell you what, we should get one of each, and have a sip.
Have a sip. Maybe we could have we could have a taste off.
Can you buy Foster's still?
Yeah, you can get Foster's somewhere.
Okay.
I don't know. We'll find it. So
all right. Well, that's something maybe we can look at next week. Buying a Foster's and seeing
Foster's
and
Crown Lager,
and seeing if they're the same.
Yeah.
That should be riveting listening. So what else have we got there, Evan?
Mate, we've had a few people hit us up on the really good banter at gmail.com. And the first one was from a while ago. Now, this is from Bear, Matt, he's at the Pint Footy Club.
Where I played a game up in Darwin, yeah.
That's it.
We've already spoken about that.
Yeah, here we go. So, hi, boys. Love the podcast. Just letting you know that Pint Footy Club in Darwin, this was a while ago, by the way, who Tom had a run with, won 4 flags a couple of weekends ago. Now, that's in March. We're sorry for being so bloody Sandra Sully with the late news. Men's Div 1 and Div 2. Women's Premier League and Div 2. Good year for the mighty Green Ants. Cheers, Matt or Bear.
Yeah, well, she was a pretty big night the night I was there. And if that's anything to go by, I'd say 4 premierships would have been a fairly fucking heavy weekend up in Darwin.
Definitely. And what do you think, just quickly, the Green Ants, what do you think of that as a name for your club? Have you ever been bitten by a green ant?
No.
No,
I didn't know there was such a thing as a green ant.
In far north Queensland, cleaning the pools, the green ants are bloody rife.
Okay.
Up there, and they really give you a little bloody nip.
The green ants. I did a gig just on Saturday, the bush pigs.
The bush pigs.
That's another... It's good when there's a few different...
Yarra Glen, they're the river pigs.
The river pigs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
they're a great club up there, the bloody...
Wagga?
No, the Pints Footy Club.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, great footy club. Had a great time off there. Still bloody got sunstroke, I reckon, from my 3/4 up there. That was a hot old, balmy old day. That was.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, that's and we've got another one here as well. But so well done to the Pint.
Yeah, well done, Pints.
Footy
Congratulations.
Club. And if anyone else wants to hit us up and just brag, hit us up at reallygoodbanter@gmail.com. So well done to Bear and the boys and girls up there. But this comes in from a bloke, young Mitchy Alice, who you played with his old man apparently.
Named Sean, who became Porn, which became Porno. And
great.
Has just always been known as Porno, which is I guess it's one of those things that's okay when you're a footy
this
club.
episode the way we've started, really.
Yeah,
being called Porno. That's all we've spoken about.
Yeah, and it's one of those guys that then you see him. Like I saw him recently. He came to watch my festival show, and I was like, "Hey, Porno," and you're just like, "Actually, maybe that's
sort of weird in public."
Yeah, and when his kid's there, and other people around.
But that's not as him as.
Yeah,
he wasn't wrapped in plastic, was he?
No, he had a little black dot over his penis.
Over his knob. This comes in from Mitchy. He's got a ripper. G'day, boys. Loving the podcast. Unreal stuff. Unreal.
Oh, nice one.
Yeah, just flicking through Facebook, and this sponsored canteen came up on my page. And I don't know about you blokes, but I think this is real wanker material. So what he's gone through, he's checked out, and this comes from... Hang on, I'll read the rest of the bloody email.
Yeah, finish
As
that.
the son of former suburban footballer Sean Alice, Porno, I know how a real canteen should work, such as the one down at the Bear Cave. 50-cent pythons, $3 meat pies, all beers are in the esky on ice. Beautiful stuff. Now, thoughts. Don't be afraid to name and shame the club. Now, here's the photo, Tommy.
Let me see.
What do you think of that, mate?
So they're sponsored. Tell you what, they're not fucking around with a sponsorship. Getting KO to sponsor.
Well, that's a huge sponsorship.
That is a big sponsor for any club, let alone a canteen. KO. It must be there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
There's a lot
7,
of stickers
8,
on there, isn't
8
there?
KO signs. It looks like a pretty standard sort of a canteen. It's your canteen / tinny booth. Shouldn't they be Should they be separated legally? The canteen and the tinny booth?
No, I don't think so. But by the look of that, it looks like they've had their... I'll put this on the YouTube there if anyone... And by the way, get on the YouTube because usually it takes me, because my internet is so shit, usually it takes me about 24 hours to download a fucking YouTube episode. So, I don't know whether my internet's just shit itself with all the porn I look at. But, so get on the YouTube. But this comes from... And he said name and shame. Are we naming and shaming?
I think we should, yeah.
Yeah. So this comes from Westbourne Grammarians Football Club.
So someone from that...
Ammo.
An old boy... a past student would now be probably owns KO or something.
Yeah, president's a lawyer. A few of the boys. I don't like.
I mean, you can hang shit on them, but I tell you what, if KO knocked on our door and asked if they could sponsor our canteen or sponsor this podcast or sponsor anything, I think we'd be fairly bang up for it. So it's might be a bit of tall poppy syndrome.
Hypocritical from us and a bit tall poppy syndrome, but
it doesn't look like there's much going on there in that canteen. I can't see a pie warmer.
There's no pie warmer.
I can't see a dim sim steamer.
No.
I can't see a hot dog. What do you call the big tub?
The hot dog steamer or the
hot dog. Do you have them in the hot dog in the big tub? That big metal urn.
Oh yeah. That's it. That's no other way, or even just on the stove in a pot of filthy fucking hot dog water.
Yeah. So that just doesn't look like there's much going on there. That's probably my big issue.
It looks a very
with that
stock
canteen.
standard.
There's no
Well, it doesn't look like there's going to be any salmonella there.
There's not that plate that normally sits with the salad rolls that normally they added the tomato and it's just turned everything soggy, poorly wrapped in Glad wrap.
Very bland.
There's no coffee machine. It's a fucking shit show that canteen. And is it night time?
Maybe that was at night time.
And for some reason there's a big fucking parcel post box there. Like they've got something. They've got the bar prices, which I can't.
We can't zoom in, but I reckon.
Which is
I
a
reckon
shame.
they
And
might
there's
be.
there's a spot. There's a hand sanitizer there. I guess that's the right thing. There's a. It looks like a roll of shit dunny paper there, which isn't great to have on the fucking canteen.
I reckon that's just tea towel.
Oh, okay.
Tea towel there, but very bland, very bland. What are we going there, Tommy?
I'll give it a. Oh no, look, I know that's.
I'm not happy with it.
Fuck it.
I'm not happy with it.
It's
Westbourne Grammarians lift. I mean, you got to take the sponsorship, but I wonder who's in there. Do you reckon they got the old? Remember how you used to have the 80-year-old ladies in there?
Yeah,
who
yep,
do all that. What's going on down at the Bear Cave?
A couple of lovely ladies, couple of volunteers helping out as always. But I remember they often try to get the
girlfriends and
the girlfriends don't want to get in there.
Well,
and
that's probably why a lot of blokes don't have girlfriends, because the girlfriend's got to bloody go in the canteen, and the girlfriend's like, "Fuck you, I'm leaving you."
Yeah, stuff that.
I'm out.
And so I don't know what to add to that.
No, we don't really add much to that. That's probably pretty boring listening, because you can't. I'll post it on the Good Banter.
Yeah, pop it up. Let people decide for
Instagram,
themselves.
and maybe we'll get your thoughts on the KO-sponsored Westbourne Grammarians Football Club canteen.
We probably gave it about 10 minutes longer than it deserved, the canteen banter. But anyway,
that's all right. Thanks for
we'll
getting
move
in
on.
touch.
Plenty to talk about. And I'll tell you a quick tale, if I may.
Get into it.
Because I was just thinking the toasted sandwiches. Because I remember I went to a footy club once and they had toasted sandwiches like Breville's. It's fucking ingenious.
They got like the bloody George Foreman's in there.
Yeah, they had that little pull down. How good is that? The lineup. They were they shot themselves in the foot because they had to work their ass off. But they did that. They had the little ham, tomato, and cheese. And
the ham tomato. That's an effort, isn't it? You got to slice the tomato. You got the ham.
It's a little bit of prep.
You need the prep.
But I'd pay $7. I'd pay nearly $10 for a good toasted cheese sandwich on a cold winter's day.
Nice.
Toasted ham, cheese,
tomato
sandwich.
Like you could toast a fucking shit sandwich and that's going to taste better. Isn't it
something
toasted? Just sparks up any sandwich. You could have
Yep.
Like I said, cheese sandwich on its own. Like, shoot.
Well, I think it turns stale bread good again.
Oh, yeah.
That's the magic of a toasted cheese sandwich. But anyway, footy trip, Gold Coast. Butt in if I've told you this story before.
All right.
5 a.m.
Told me.
Ever?
No.
5 a.m. Obviously haven't slept. We're at the casino, Jupiter's Casino. Jupiter's?
Ooh, yeah,
Jupiter's
on the Gold
Casino
Coast.
On the Gold Coast. About 7 of us there. Everyone else is off doing whatever. And we're just sitting there. We've gone to the casino to sit down. Nightclubs have shut. We're going to sit down, have a couple of beers, and probably drink there for realistically probably a fair chunk of the day.
Yep.
And so we've settled in. I've gone up to the bar and said, "Can I grab 7 pints?" And so we've got a big shout going. And the lady's gone, "You've got to order a meal." And I said, "All right, fuck it. I'll just grab what's the cheapest thing you've got?" She said, "Toasted cheese sandwich."
There you go.
And I said, "Give us a toasted cheese sandwich." And she goes, "You've got to order a meal per person." And I was like,
give me
"You
7.
are fucking kidding me." And she goes, "The last thing we felt like doing was eating." We probably didn't eat for the whole footy
3
trip,
days,
let alone so anyway, so we're so I've set up. Fuck it, give us 7
cheese toasties.
Just take out the ham, make it as cheap as you can. Give us the cheese. Just give it. And she goes,
just
"No
give
worries.
us a slice of toast.
Just give us whatever's going to get us out of this the cheapest." Anyway, so she's cooking away, and it's taken quite a long time. And I'm like, "Can you
fucking
we clearly don't want the fucking toasted cheese sandwich. Can you just give us the beers?"
bread.
So anyway, we've watched this girl bloody fumble around over this over 7 toasted cheese sandwiches. I've come back to the group with toasted cheese sandwiches. Everyone's laughing. I explain the situation. Rah, rah, rah. So 7, we've finished our pint. 7 toasted cheese sandwiches sitting there. So the next bloke's gone up. "Can I grab 7 pints?" And she goes, "You got to have a meal." She goes, "Oh, we have. They're over there." And she goes,
"Yeah, we're chockers. We're full.
You need a meal
with
every
beer.
With every beer."
Lucky you didn't order a bloody fucking $38 steak.
I know.
Jesus.
So by the end, and we were saying to her, "Look, clearly
you're making this shit up.
You have to be a genius to work out we're not eating the fucking toasted cheese sandwiches. You can see them over there on the table. The stack's getting pretty high." And she goes, "Look, by law, we have to make them." I said, this is bullshit. And anyway, so we've gone through. the amount of money we spent on toasted cheese sandwiches, and they wouldn't take them away. So we just had this pile of toasted cheese.
Someone's
just
going down there.
offering,
We've run out of bread.
And I reckon, I don't reckon we stayed there long. Might have been, a few hours, but I reckon there might have been a few toasties getting whipped around the
chick
casino.
was like, oh, fucking more cheese
toasties.
Yeah,
she was over. There was a little. She was making us pay. Yeah, she didn't like us one iota. Mind you, we weren't probably being fantastic clientele.
Just come on, just give us the beers.
Just give us the beers. But anyway, so that's my little toasted cheese sandwich story.
Well, that's a fucking beauty. You love a toasted chease sanger. Yeah. So what else has been happening with you, mate?
Mate, you've been up in.
I've been everywhere. I've been Townsville.
Yep.
Cairns.
Yep.
Brisbane.
Yep.
Then I went to Mildura.
Yep.
Then I went to Colac, sort of a little bit out of Colac to a winery.
So you did 10 gigs in 11 days.
10 gigs in 11 days.
In how many different towns?
Okay, so Townsville 1, Cairns 2, Brisbane 3, Mildura 4, Colac 5, and then Warcool.
Any in Melbourne?
No, none in Melbourne.
Jesus.
Yeah. So all over the road. And I'll tell you, we could get into what will I go? Let's go. Warcool on the week. Let's end up at the end.
We'll start at the end.
We'll start at the end.
Yep.
Because otherwise, it's just going to be.
It's a shit show.
It's a shit show.
Yeah.
It's a shit show. But love a country gig. You've been country on the weekend as well.
Yeah, I've been country.
Yeah. Yep. So we've gone to Warcool. Have you ever heard of Warcool?
Never heard of it.
No, neither had I. So it's about
how far
4
from
hours.
Melbourne?
4 hours.
4 hours, Jesus.
So 4 hours over the border. You go through Barmer, you get over there, then you end up in Warcool.
Yep.
And we turn up in Warcool, me, Johnny Katz, and Billy Stiles.
Good
lineup. And we rock up, and Jenny, lovely, I was going to say young lady, she's a bit older. She and we go, oh, it's lovely, nice day, it's great to be here, good to get out to the country. And she's like, except you're in bloody Warcool. I'm like,
so she's a bit of a stick in the mud.
She's lived there all her life.
Yeah,
so
okay,
she's a bit like, this joint's fucked.
It's not a novelty. Yeah. She's not getting out of there the next morning.
No, she's stuck there for life.
Yeah,
she's got 35 kids. She's
yeah.
And always I love, because I was MCing, I thought I better get the name of the town right. So I said, "How do you pronounce it? What's going on?" And I'm like, "Warcool." She goes, "Hey!" She picks up a knife and says, "I'll stab you if you don't get it right." So she's threatened to stab me.
She's proud.
Threatened to stab me. Yeah, she hates the joint, but she's born and bred there. Don't mispronounce it, you bloody city slicking piece of shit.
Yeah.
So, she threatened to stab me, and everyone was just great, and they've been doing it tough. Small town. But isn't it funny in a small town where you people start rocking in? There's always there's a couple of girls who have sort of been stuck there all their life. A few little hotties, but and they're all farmers.
Yeah, well, the farmers are. I mean, they've done it tough, but they're fucking killing it at the moment.
I think they are at the moment.
Yeah, I've heard about the price of land. The farmers, they could sell their fucking driveway and bloody make an absolute killing. I think they're. Anyway, I won't go on about that.
No, that's right. No. We love the farmers. Oh, no,
the farmers are great.
And the thing is, I think a lot of the time, I was sort of going up there, and in the car we're discussing about, you never know how this is going to go, because you're just in a town in the middle of nowhere. It's like you walk into the bar, the piano stops, and like the it's just like,
who are these Johnny Come-Latelys?
Fucking Johnny Come-Lately. So you thought, can I do this joke? Can I do that joke? So I'm MCing. Before I go out there, Jenny's threatened to stab me.
Yep.
And I got up and I said, yes, it's great to be here in Warcool. I promised Jenny that I'd say it right. She threatened to stab me if...
and they got everyone on
well,
side?
if I didn't say it right. She also threatened to root me. And I said, Jenny, I'll just take the stabbing. So,
got a few laughs?
Brought the house down. I thought, we're on here.
How did you look? What was Jenny doing during this?
Jenny, Billy had to grab her. She was coming up with the knife.
Okay,
She was coming up with the knife. But
I
think she was out of the room at that stage.
Yeah,
but
that's good.
I made sure she was, because I thought, I'm not going to say that if she's in there.
No.
But, something in the country where you do that.
Yeah.
And, it was bloody great. On fire. All good. First bracket down. Everyone's drinking during the break. Everyone's drinking during the show.
Pub's happy. Good crowd.
RSL's happy. It's great. Really lifting the spirits. And then what we decided was after the show, we're going to have like a joke off.
Yep.
A joke off. So, so the bloke goes, yeah, what we'll do, we'll mention it at the start. And then, there's always a funny bastard with a story. In a country town.
It can be a little bit risky.
Oh, it can be very risky because, let's be honest, maybe a country town, maybe
their radar might be a little
some
off.
of the jokes could be a little
racist,
let's
a
say
little
old
sexist.
school, sexist, racist.
Haven't aged well.
Haven't aged well. And anyway, so show finishes. Let's do the joke off. I'm up there. And, all right, who's coming up to tell a joke? And
Not Jenny.
No, not Jenny.
Oh, okay, that's
not
good.
Jenny. Just one bloke puts his hand up.
Okay.
Royce, young Royce.
Young Royce.
Young Royce. He must have been 19, 20, something like that.
Great name, Royce.
Oh, Royce. Like you think of Royce Hart, Rolls Royce.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
And Royce gets up, and Roycey, has he been hitting it hard?
He's had a big day.
He's had a big day, old Rolls Royce.
On the Bundy cans.
Oh, he was on, it was some black spirit. I don't know. Maybe a Jack Daniels or something like that. Yeah, people are pumping when they're on the Jack Daniels. And he gets up and he's like, all right. He came up real confident, old Roycey boy. And then gets in, and then I think his brain just fucked off on him. But a bit of preamble, and he actually used one of not your joke, but same sort of premise.
Oh, okay.
He said, I was driving the other day and I saw this sign that said, wrong way. He didn't use go back, but he said something else. He goes, wrong way, whatever, go back.
Yep.
And he goes, how does that sign know where I'm going?
Wouldn't say it's a premise. I'd say that's my joke.
That's a fucking joke. So maybe, maybe Royce is a comedian in the making who just
maybe Royce has seen the old that's still floating around
on the internet,
or the old FHM DVD that still floats around, because that was the one joke I got out on that DVD before I had my nervous breakdown and froze up. So, well, maybe it's just such an obvious joke that even if I can.
Well, if Royce's come up with it,
Bud like Royce's bloody matching my material.
So Royce's pumped out that. He had 3 goes at it.
Good laugh?
Well, everyone was sort of looking at Royce going, he's fucking shit-faced. But then Royce said, well, okay, bugger the joke off. No one else was jumping up.
Yep.
So Royce decided to do a bit of puppetry of the penis.
Oh, good.
Yeah, Royce goes, well, first he pulls his pants down. He does the mangina to everyone.
How's this going down?
Oh, mate, everyone's loving it. Well, I think afterwards I'm chatting to him and said we knew as soon as Royce got up there, we knew he was going to get naked.
His penis would be out at some stage.
We knew Royce's the serial fucking sex offender.
Okay.
Or the sexual... No, he's not a predator.
No.
He just likes to get nude.
Yeah.
Likes to get nude. So he did the mangina, which is always great for a laugh. I think that's his specialty.
It's his go-to.
Yeah. And then he goes, I'll do the wristwatch. And what I'll do, I'll put the footage up.
Yeah. I've seen it. It's,
well, there's a little... I put it on my own Instagram, but there's a little bit more. I cut it out at a pretty specific point for good reason.
Yeah, okay.
Because Royce tries to do the wristwatch, and he says, I'm not going to get it all over my wrist. So I said, well, you need a thinner wrist. And then I'm telling him to stretch it. And he goes, what if I put it on your wrist?
Oh.
Now, I'm someone who just likes to keep everyone happy. I'll put it up, and I put my wrist there. And
so
sort of
he wrapped his penis around your wrist.
Well, I must admit, he didn't really do the whole wristwatch. He sort of just smushed his balls and penis onto my wrist. And
either way, it's not great.
Well, it's not fantastic. And
anyway,
lose a bit of credibility as an MC or a comedian. But when you're in the country, who gives a shit? And it was great to get out there.
A laugh's a laugh. Yeah.
And it was just great to see.
Did the night end on that, or was that...
Well, that was it. That was it. Just
it's
him
pretty hard to come
teabagging my wrist, and but then meeting him and his girlfriend.
His girlfriend was there.
She was shit faced as well.
And she was a good sort. She's seen it all before.
She was a ripper. She's seen it all before.
Yeah, this wasn't her first rodeo.
And what would be probably one of the least feminine jobs that you could? Well, that's. you're never gonna pick it. You're never gonna pick it. I said, I'm not sure what her name was.
Plumber?
But, yeah, that could be least feminine. Carpet layer. Have you ever heard of fucking? Do you know how hard it is to carpet lay?
When you get your knee,
You get your knees in there. You got to put it into the corners, and mate, I shook her hand. She had fucking strong hands.
How many? How busy is a carpet layer in Shitter's Ditch?
Well, I reckon there's probably a few houses that you probably have to rip up a bit of carpet and relay.
How many houses are there?
Well, there's 300 people in the town, but
so even if every house is getting recarpeted once a month, you're still.
Well, I'm pretty sure she sort of branches out. I mean, I don't think you can start a carpet laying business in bloody Warcool. But so she was a ripper, he was a ripper, and just shit-faced. And I've got a funny story because they said they were going to drive home. I'm like, don't fucking drive, you fucking animals. But they said one time it might have been a few months ago or whatever, Royce was shit-faced.
Yeah.
His missus, the carpet layer, she was at home. And Royce, he's driving. He goes, I'm driving. I'm doing the mangina, and I'm driving home. So I found this pretty smart.
Yep.
They said that what Royce did, because he was so shit-faced, he rang her on FaceTime.
Okay.
And he pointed the FaceTime call out the window, and she directed him home.
Jesus. I don't know if that is that smart. It's thinking outside the square. I don't know if it's smart.
I condone.
No. So she wasn't saying left, right.
I think she was probably saying keep going.
Maybe just to keep him awake.
Slow down. Kangaroo. Up. Fence. Stop.
Cop. Pull over.
Yep. Don't blow into that.
School. Wow.
Yeah, so that a bit loose, but lovely people. And we obviously don't.
Do you reckon
condone.
that's true, or do you reckon they made that up?
No, they fucking said that. That was true. And judging by them, I would not doubt that.
How far do you reckon it was? They had to travel.
Oh, I don't know, because they told Catsy and he relayed it to me.
Okay,
if he was as pissed as what he was Saturday night, I'm hoping he wasn't that pissed when he did it. And so we don't condone that. But
no.
And you know, everyone else up there, it was a bloody great gig, good fun. So we better go to you. We're fucking going crazy here. What you got?
Oh, mate, there's plenty to talk about. I got bloody. I don't know where to start. We got What have we got? What do you want to talk about?
Well,
had my gig on the weekend up at
let's do that.
Charles Sturt University.
Beautiful.
So the Bush Pigs, which is a interesting footy club. You go to most footy clubs and they're sort of similar. It's sort of similar. Every now and again you get one
except Westbourne Grammarians.
With their.
How do you reckon the Bush Pigs would have taken to the old Westbourne?
They would have burnt the fucking joint down.
Get off
but every now and again you go to one that's a little bit different. Like when I went to the Francis Footy Club recently, where they have two footy grounds, one in Victoria, one in South Australia, and they swap over. You know, that's a little bit different. But this was quite different because it's pretty much they're called the CSU Bush Pigs, and it's the university.
Right.
So and they play up in it's not the Riverina League, it's one of the leagues up there, sort of in around the Wagga area, and interestingly, no one really plays for more than 4 years because you finish your uni, and then you're done. So you
hang up the boots.
Yeah, they said they've just got they're really up and down. So
transient.
You have and they're fucked in school holidays. So so when the draw comes out, if you're playing them school holidays, you're laughing because a lot of their players go back home, and every now and again guys will stay living in Wagga, but most people leave. So you've pretty much got people for 4 years, and then they leave. It's all about the new crop of first-year uni students, and they're always a young side, I guess. So I guess they could beat them up pretty badly if you had like an older group.
Yep.
But anyway, ripping blokes, 50th year anniversary.
Great.
They're expecting 300, 350 people there.
That's good.
That's good numbers.
That's great.
For me, that's a little bit numbers are a bit high. Yes.
Yeah.
So am I going to be able to keep everyone's attention? How's it going to go? So I've done my Oz kick as I do, and that's another fucking story for another time. But doing Oz kick, so I normally leave Oz kick Saturday morning about 10:30 with my absolutely soul destroyed. I've just had kids not listening to me for the last hour and a half,
You've
feeling
pumped up
like shit. Jump in the car, head
footies.
down the highway, and I ate a. We were talking about this before. When you get tired, I've got a theory that no one's ever fallen asleep eating.
No.
So if I just
Not
eat,
while driving.
not while driving,
Maybe while at a restaurant.
yeah, maybe. But
Yeah.
so my theory is, if I just eat my way down the highway,
That's right.
I'm not going to fall asleep. So this is what I ate: 5 hours there, 5 hours back.
I notice you're a bit tubby around
Yeah.
the.
Do you reckon?
I reckon
Oh,
you are,
yeah, I've
mate.
definitely put on a bit.
reckon you
Definitely
are.
put on a bit. So got out of Melbourne. Thought I'd do the right thing. Just had a little something to eat. Not much. Still something to eat on the way out
What
of Melbourne.
time? What time in the afternoon?
So I left
Because-
about 10:30.
Okay, morning. Yeah,
10:30 in the morning. So I just had maybe 3 Weet-Bix before I was kicked.
beautiful.
Way too much sugar. Bit of milk. Happy days.
Couldn't do 7 like Brett Lee.
No chance. And
That's a lot of Weet-Bix.
so I've got just out of Melbourne, and I've stopped in at that a little stop. They had these big signs up. There's a bloody farmers market. So I thought, fuck, go in there, get a bit of fresh food.
That's real country.
Oh, and I'll eat well. It'll be the healthy living that's going to keep me awake, because the 10 hours driving in a day was always going to be tough. So I bought about fucking 12 mandarins or something, and bought a kilo of
Oh, man, I've eaten probably 2 mandarins in fucking 39 years. but,
well, I ate 7 in a day.
Well, that's
And that was
You've been
that
shitting through
was
it.
the high. That's on the higher end of how many mandarins.
Was
you
it
should
like
have
big
in a day.
mandarins?
No, they
or
were
was it-
reasonably small, but no pips, which is important.
Oh, that's
and I bought a
exciting.
kilo of cashews. So
And yeah, that's probably a little too much.
so I'm digging away at the cashews, driving down. Got me 1.25 of water. I'm eating well. Stopped off at the
I wouldn't
survey.
say eating a kilo of cashews is eating well.
Well, it's a
Tom.
natural.
You might have-
It's not a.
Did
Fucking,
they have salt on them?
They were fairly heavily
okay,
salted.
so a kilo
yeah.
500 grams of salt.
Yeah, so there's a bit
come
going
let's-
on.
I don't think you really see, someone who's dropped like 20 kilos go, how'd you do it? I said,
I had a
just
kilo of cashews every day. Yeah, it's a good fat though. is
The
where I'm-
cashew diet.
Yeah, the cashew diet. So I stopped in at the survey. Thought I'd do the right thing. I'll go to Oliver's instead of
Hungry Jacks or Macca's.
or the Colonel.
Yeah.
So I've done I've done Oliver's. Grabbed a wrap from Oliver's. Grabbed a meat pie.
That's healthy.
That's healthy. So I'm eating, which was absolute shit. Don't get me started on Oliver's. They've gone downhill. But they cost a fortune. Food's gone to the dogs.
The wrap. Fuck. It would have been dry and shit.
Ah, shit.
Yeah,
And,
stick on the
Well, there's
cashews,
one
mate.
you'd think, we were talking before about the toast to bring it back to life. Didn't bring this back to life. This was,
Fucking killed it.
this
Tried
was,
it
this
right
was beyond
out.
repair. The meat pie had been in the Bay Marie for,
Oh,
God, no.
Did you
The
get that?
pie-
That wasn't Oliver's.
that was
it?
Oliver's.
Oh, meat pies.
Yeah,
At
I didn't think
Oliver's.
that one. I thought, that's going to be a nice, healthy meat pie. It was Byron Bay. Thai
fucking-
chicken. And it was,
Jesus,
it was hard
that
as a
sounds
fucking rock.
shit ass.
Yeah, you know when the bottom goes all hard?
Yep.
Yeah.
Rock hard.
And when that happens, it really keeps the heat in.
Yeah.
So it was like eating a fucking...
And what would you have sauce on a Thai chicken pie?
I tried. It was...
That's-
Yeah, but anyway, I ate it. It was shit, but I ate it all. Got to the gig. Ate a fair bit at the gig. Had a fair bit at the gig.
What were they putting on there? Would have been a nice
Oh, it
spread
was
at
a
the
nice
uni,
spread.
wouldn't it?
Like, this was a pretty fancy function. Anyway, so I was meant to do 30 minutes of the Suburban Footballer. Really short break while the president thanked a few people. And then I was coming back as myself
Yep.
for about 30, 45 minutes.
Jesus.
To not just do stand-up, but to interview a bit of a panel, all the past players from the last 50 years.
yeah,
the
that
3
always-
premiership coaches,
Oh, fuck.
some netballers.
So when
Anyway,
you say this is a past players day,
yeah.
so really, if every past player had to come back, I've seen they're only there for 4 years.
Yeah,
This could have
it's a
been the
fair
biggest
turnout.
fucking function.
Well, it was pretty big. 300,
Yeah.
350
That's
people.
great.
It was in a tin shed. It's bloody echoing. And I said to the president straight up, ripping bloke. His name was Cam. I'm glad
Still
he was
is.
there. And he was like, mate, I said, mate, this is going to be tough. And he said, yeah, no shit. Where this is going to be, because he had to get up first and welcome
Oh.
everyone. So he's got up and he's struggling.
Donuts.
Yeah, he's probably got a third of the people listening. The other 2/3 don't even know he's up there.
You know, if the president's battling, that
He's
this
battling.
is going to be
and he's not one of
hard
those
work.
presidents that everyone hates. You could tell he's a good bloke. He's
Love you, Cam.
he's one of the boys. And anyway, so you could tell he's sort of he's brought me on. You could tell he's sort of gone, oh, this poor bastard. Anyway, so I've got up and
Are we on a stage?
It was a little stage, about 30 centimetres high, but again, a third of the people listening, 2/3 not even aware I'm
And
up
the
there.
sound, was the sound good enough?
The sound was probably just good enough, but the noise of the other 200 people that were talking
Ambient noise
was so loud that even the jokes that got laughs, you couldn't hear the laughs.
Okay.
So I'm there copping it up the bum.
Oh, yeah.
And then I've got off stage.
Bend
And I've
over.
actually turned to Cam a few times going, mate, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to cut it short. And he's like, yeah, just do what you got to do. So I've got off, and in one of the greatest things I've ever heard in my life, he's just grabbed me and goes, mate, fuck it, let's pull the pin on the panel. And I've just gone, and I got paid up front.
Great.
So I've got the money in me. Because normally if something like that happened, you'd have to go up and go.
Bit awkward asking for
how
the
about
money.
the money?
You know how I only did
a quarter
10%
of, what
my
I said?
job?
Yeah. Can I have 100%
Can I get
of
the
the money?
full pay?
Yeah. So, but they go, which is always a nice feeling. I remember Pommy Johnson always said, never get paid up front, because in his mind you used to lose that
passion
to
a bit like you and your
to
footy.
really go, to not have a stinker.
Yes.
But fuck, I couldn't disagree with that more. Like, just
All right.
get that money, because sometimes something might happen that's completely out of your hands.
Yeah.
So just get the kish cash kosh. So and then mate, I'm going, mate, great call. But the older guys from the club, they really had their hearts set on the panel. And
Well, they've been irrelevant for so many years now.
they were all ripping blokes, and I think they still started. Mate,
trying to-
everyone
get
there's
smart.
Everyone there's great.
Yeah.
Everyone there's
Yeah,
great.
but still.
And we're going, so fuck yeah, we're going to tell the old boys. And he's going, nah, mate, it's all good. We can't go up and do a panel. No one's going to listen. Anyways, and then one of the old boys has come up and said, hey boys. I said yes, and he said, we're thinking about pulling the pin on the panel. And we're like, fuck, how good's that? And I've just felt like hugging Cam, hugging everyone.
Great.
And then this old bloke who's I don't even mean talking to him. He wasn't even part of the run list. And he's gone, mate, I'll get up. And
do said, what?
Well, he
Fucking
just got up.
puppetry the penis.
No, he just got up and he was an absolute legend. And he got up and started barking orders and going, "Where's Jono from the bloody 78 granny?" And Jono's come up and he's giving him a big hug, saying, "No panel."
Oh, but you just pay a bit of respect to these guys.
Which I couldn't have done because I didn't know the history. And this guy was like, he knew everything about this
That's
club.
great.
And then we got everyone to sing the club song.
Great.
And
Saw the video.
And it was just it was great. I ended up, and I thought I better do the right thing, because so basically I'd driven 5 hours back to cop it up
10
the bum
hours.
for 15 minutes as a suburban footballer and basically play music. So
Fuck,
I was
you'd take that every week, wouldn't you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
just copping up the bum would be great.
So so then I just put on some tunes while I met the guy, one man band. He was a legend, and he said, "Mate, if you can play tunes on your iPhone till 8:30, that'd be great." And I was like, "Sweet."
Oh, this is an early finish.
Yeah. So I did that. So I expected to be there for all hours.
You're thinking about the cashews on the way home.
8:45. I've got my hand in the cashew bag heading back down the highway.
Woohoo!
Yeah, so I'm bloody. So I've stopped off at on the way back. Stopped at a servo, grabbed a Kit Kat. So this is the food.
Do you go the chunky or do you go the
No,
regulation?
Just a regulation.
No, I'm a chunky.
No, I think the mix is a bit off with the
the chunky.
But anyway,
Okay.
So and then stopped in at Albury, gone down Dean Street, gone to Sweethearts, 3 slices of pizza, 3 potato cakes, and
So your fitness,
it's
fitness shit's
going
gone
downhill.
right out here.
So I've gone through the cashews. I've had way too many mandarins. I've already had 7 mandarins. So I'm starting to feel like shit. I'm just eating shit. I've cracked open a bag of minties, a party size of minties. So I'm eating
Fuck,
minties.
your teeth are hating you.
Oh, and then and I'm desperate to get home. I just want to get home, sleep in my own bed, and I know I'm not getting home till 2:30 a.m. So I've got to keep eating. So I stopped at Euroa. I'm out of food. I thought, what can I eat? No, I thought, fuck, I'm not doing Macca's. You know the way I feel about Macca's.
Yes.
So I've gone into the servo, and you know how they do those microwavable meals now?
Oh, yeah?
So I've grabbed a family spaghetti, and I've just
on your own there, Tom.
Yeah, just nuked up a family spaghetti and sat there and ate.
Hell, you are really taking this not falling asleep while you eat thing
so
way
I'm
too
there
serious.
eating away. Bought a packet of chips, and then another Kit Kat.
Did you shit yourself?
Oh, mate, I was as I said to you before, I've only just started pooing right. They've been very splattery. But anyway, and then I went to clean the car the next day. So make it home one piece, go to bed, go to clean the car the next day. And
Holy
it looks like
shit,
someone's just poured just got a garbage bin and just emptied the bin out. I'm like, did I eat all this shit?
It's amazing where the rappers go. They start at the floor, then they go over your shoulder.
I start throwing
them over the shoulder, out the window.
Pizza boxes.
Jesus Christ.
I was like, did I eat all that food?
Giuseppe's eating a family pasta.
No, good.
Jesus, your guts must have been
but they've come good now, so that's
great. You've bounced back.
But anyway, so we have been.
We are fucking on
we're
fire.
54 minutes.
54 minutes in, so maybe we better wrap it up. So hey, thanks for everyone who is tuning in. Things are going well. Like I said, get on the YouTube because it takes me 2 days to bloody upload it. So tell your mates about the YouTube. Yeah, put it on in the background.
Evan goes to a real effort to do that.
Get our views up. Good banner Instagram. We'll keep things posted on there. Post clips. I'll put up the Westbourne Grammarians sponsored thing. I'll put up the full video of me getting teabagged on the wrist, which you all probably want to see. Getting a wristy.
Yep.
And tell your mates about the pod. If you're just getting onto it, go back and listen to a few of the old ones.
Classics. There's some real classics there.
The sound's a bit average from maybe 4 to 8 maybe. But then we got our shit together and we're really growing as a couple, as a podcast unit. So give it a rating, give it a review. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. And hit us up at reallygoodbanter@gmail.com. Let us know how we're going. Give us some feedback. And I think that's it. Timmy, Sarge.
Yeah, stay safe out there, everyone. And we'll
chat.
We'll chat next week.
Another one
all the
best. Good banter.
Good banter. That's some good banter.